4th of July. Mark Weiner here with the Champions Real Estate team here at Berkshire Hathaway Home Service Ambassador Real Estate Company. We're going to go over those numbers, but here quickly our quick tips. So quick tip today, what I hear sometimes is people think, do I need 20% down to buy a house? Absolutely not. You can use 5% conventional loans, 20, 15, 20, 25% down. It all just depends on getting that pre-approval letter with that lender and kind of figure out what the best avenue is for you to get obtained financing. So whether that's an FHA loan, which is 3.5% down, VA could be as little as 0% down, which is Veteran Affairs loan. So get in touch with the lender. I can connect you with any of those, and we can get you rocking and rolling on getting a good idea of what exactly takes for you to get into a home. So, like I said, the market came roaring back at the 4th of July. So let me pull up the numbers here for you, and we can go over them here. So we had 888 new listings go live in the last 7 days. That's up from what we have last week. We go through here, 570 listings there. So a new contracts, so pending units basically went up to 494. Last week we were at 315. So we saw more houses come on the market. We saw a little bit more activity from the buyer side. Basically everyone got done with the holiday festivities and got out looking at houses. We had 455 new happy new homeowners there that closed on their houses last week. So awesome for them. 2.8 months supply of inventory. Last week was 3.6. So obviously we dropped down since we saw more houses come on the market. We also saw more inventory come off the market. That's basically why that number went down. 2 months supply of inventory is basically a number of number of houses we would have. If no more houses came on the market, we'd have 2.8 months supply of that inventory before we were out of all the houses. So and that's kind of the entire marketplace. That's not and if we're looking at specific markets, specific price points, that number can change depending on how active that market is there. So what are we seeing? So ultimately from buyers, more houses available. Obviously competition, we saw more contracts written, and ultimately be ready for those best listings that are out there. So the same thing we're still seeing is the multiple offers on those houses that basically are really good houses that they're priced appropriately. So talking about pricing, basically from a seller's perspective, like we said, positioning matters most. There's one thing I got highlighted here is where you're positioning that home in the marketplace, positioning from condition, positioning from price point, and getting the most eyeballs on that home for you there. So obviously buyer activity rebounded. Obviously we saw more listings come on the market, so that's why that positioning matters the most. So interest rates kind of still sitting around 6.5% there. But if you have any questions, reach out to me. If there's any topics you want me to cover here on any of these videos, I'd love to help you out. So number 672-7670 down here at the bottom. And we're on here every week. This week I jumped on a day later. We're up here in family vacation. So jumped on while the kids were out at the pool. So appreciate everybody. If you have any questions, follow us every week. We've got new videos, all that kind of fun stuff. So take care, and I will see everybody next week.